Team 6 has chosen Viagra as the brand to undertake our brand audit assignment. This report will discuss Viagra's overall strategy and how they are positioned in the marketplace. We will investigate Viagra's present state of brand inventory and use a survey to gather some primary research in order to explore how the brand is perceived. We will observe what characteristics are aligned with their strategy and which ones might be misaligned.
Pfizer originally developed Viagra to treat angina and high blood pressure. However, it had limited effects on the condition it was originally developed to treat. What was noticed, however, was a capability to treat erectile difficulties. Pfizer immediately recognized the potential market for this and developed a focused differentiation business strategy for the drug by redirecting it to treat the niche market of men with erectile difficulties. This was the business strategy, taking a drug originally developed for one condition and using it to treat another. Next, the marketing department was tasked to basically create the market and the positioning of the brand. The marketing strategy is where the genius of Pfizer for the Viagra brand shines through. It was recognized early on that a lucrative market was within reach, but to exploit it, the brand had to first eliminate the taboo that surrounded erectile difficulties. This was done by using a household name at the time, Senator Bob Dole, to talk about the drug and the condition. At this time, the drug was aimed at older boomers and people with a medical condition. To further expand this market and target a larger segment of the population, the marketing strategy shifted to highlighting and creating a new perceived problem within the larger population of men, specifically men over 40. Advertisement and infomercials on their site were now emphasizing that it turns out that more than half of men over 40 have some difficulty getting and maintaining an erection, so your age can be a factor. And then positioning Viagra to solve this specific problem that had just been highlighted. Athletes were used to promote the brand to show that even successful men could use this drug. This greatly expanded the segment of the population the drug is aimed at. A further refinement was then to target all men, regardless of age, who want to enhance their ability to achieve an erection, now turning Viagra into a lifestyle drug that can be used by anyone, specifically men, of any age. Regular men in their 30s and 40s were now used to promote the brand in numerous commercials that emphasized lifestyle. Today this positioning still holds. However, the marketing has been slightly modified to counter recently the rise of generic drugs by also emphasizing that only Viagra is the real deal and only Pfizer can make it.
One earmark of a successful brand is that it aligns its corporate strategies both inside and outside of the company. Pfizer, the maker of Viagra, has applied this strategy successfully by creating one of the most recognized products in the world. The corporate values of customer focus, respecting diversity, collaboration, and the community have been honored by a number of top or best company awards. Such awards include Working Mother Best 100, Top 20 Companies for Leadership, and for 10 consecutive years, the Corporate Quality Index for its treatment of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender employees, customers, and investors. More specifically, the Viagra brand is targeted at a lifestyle improvement in keeping with the corporate vision of advancing wellness. Staff has recognized Pfizer's efforts through blogs and testimonials. In one case, a staff member was nominated to be a Global Health Fellow to help out non-government organizations in China. This reflects Pfizer's ongoing commitment to service. With the product Viagra, Pfizer aims to improve the quality of life of its consumers, aligning the brand strategy both inside and out.
Consumers recognize that the Viagra brand is well aligned with the promise of treating erectile dysfunction. This fact is established by its position as the second most recognized brand in the English lexicon. In great part, this is due to Viagra's pursuing a strategy known as direct-to-consumer advertising. Direct-to-consumer advertising, which is actually illegal in some countries, involves the manufacturer targeting its consumer base with medical products directly rather than informing physicians and allowing the physicians to make a medical decision. The result of this massive direct-to-consumer advertising, and Pfizer spent $303 million in the first 2 years of the product launch alone, is that the consumers are well educated about a particular brand they take that to the doctor and request that brand, rather than the traditional route whereby the doctors are educated about a particular brand, a number of particular brands, and then can use their medical training to recommend that to a client. The direct-to-consumer approach changes that around. It empowers the uneducated consumer, typically at the expense of the physician.
Our survey confirmed that Viagra enjoys wide recognition as the primary erectile dysfunction drug across large market segments, and that its brand promise of an easy fix to an important problem is embedded in the consumer base. According to our 51 respondents, the Viagra brand remains durable and clearly top of mind, with 86% associating erectile dysfunction with the drug. Other aspects of the Pfizer marketing campaign, such as the distinctive packaging, the blue pills, and the celebrity endorsement by politicians like Bob Dole, scored high on the survey, with 100% recognizing the blue pills as Viagra and 66% recognizing Bob Dole. In fact, the brand is so strong that 53% of respondents chose happy couples as the type of advertising used to promote Viagra. This is really quite a masterstroke for Pfizer, in that brand promotion belongs to its competitor Cialis. And that's interesting because I don't have to think back far myself. Some of those cheeky commercials where dad comes out and turns up the stereo in the study to the surprise of the teenagers and then disappears with a smile on his face. In any case, when asked what's appealing about Viagra, 55% surveyed felt that it was a practical solution to an important problem. So that finding's aligned with Pfizer's strategy to position erectile dysfunction as a solvable problem rather than a natural process. Viagra's direct-to-consumer marketing was successful in that it armed men with the brand request from physicians rather than seek and accept any medical advice the doctor might offer. For instance, only 14% of those surveyed agreed that Viagra's appealing nature was due to doctor recommendation. On a separate question, the majority, by far 86% of respondents, agreed that they had learned of Viagra through television.
Now that we've seen Viagra's strategy and have examined the brand inventory and brand exploratory, it's time for our recommendations using the 4 Ps of marketing. Let's start with price and product. Viagra was expensive before, but because of the increased competition, the loss of the patent, and the entrance of generic drugs into the market, the price of Viagra has been lowered to stay competitive. This is going to help keep their market share, but it can't be relied upon to create customer loyalty. As for the product itself, Viagra is in the maturity stage of the product life cycle. The price has already been dropped to keep it competitive, and the marketing tactics are moving towards emphasizing the difference between Viagra and its competitors to try to gain market share. It's important to keep Viagra from slipping into the decline stage of the life cycle. This is because Viagra has very strong brand value. The general public can easily identify Viagra's packaging and can define the purpose of the product. Now let's look at placement and promotion. Viagra was heavily promoted as a male lifestyle drug that led to satisfaction because of sexual activity. The issue with this is that it's only one facet of people's lives, and the advertising didn't focus on any other benefits that Viagra could have on an overall lifestyle. In order to improve market loyalty and align the market experience, it's important to expand the existing strategy to promote Viagra as a necessary component to achieving a healthy and satisfying lifestyle. So overall, based on our survey and research conducted, it's clear that Viagra's brand execution is in alignment with its strategic purpose. But there is room to strengthen the alignment between the brand execution and the market's experience. It's too easy at this moment for competitors to steal market share away from Viagra. Viagra needs to concentrate on building a stronger brand loyalty in order to retain market share.